You guys, welcome to Doc Curmudgeon Saves Comics as we continue to do our TV to comics brackets, the Fantastic 48. You guys responded in amazing numbers last week, voting, and we're going to get to the next round, but right off the bat, what we wanted to do was find the comic book to video translation that was your and my favorite. So you folks are voting through the purple, red, and green rounds. I'll take it for blue and black. And man, oh man, did you come through in a big way. Let's get right to the results before we get to next week's voting. First of all, the winners between Walking Dead and Ninja Turtles, Starry Turtles. Walking Dead moves on to take on Arrow. Between Tales from the Crypt and Crow, Stairway to Heaven, it's Tales from the Crypt, which will be taking on the 1966 Batman. Here, Outcast and Shazam. Shazam from the 70s beat Outcast, a current running show, to move on against, the current iteration of Flash. Down here, iZombie beat the 1990 Flash. iZombie coming through in a big way. They will be taking on, Sticky Hulk. They will be taking on the Hulk from the 1970s. Down here, Dark Matter and Nightman. Nightman, probably the favorite of the It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia crew, but too bad. Dark Matter beat Nightman. Harsh Realm and Witchblade. Harsh Realm didn't stand a chance. Witchblade, big winners. Down here, Time Cop against Lois and Clark. Lois and Clark blew them away. They will be taking on Jessica Jones. And finally on this side, Middleman, who a lot of people said, thanks for putting Middleman on there. I love that show. Just not enough of them because it fell big time to the Spider-Man TV series from the 70s. All right, so Arrow, Walking Dead, Tales from the Crypt against Batman, Flash against Shazam, iZombie against Hulk, Gotham against Dark Matter, that's a cool matchup. Witchblade against Legends, Jessica Jones against Lois and Clark, and Spider-Man against Wonder Woman. All right, so let's jump over here to this side. Winona Earp, Bo Smith's baby. You voters came through in a big way and defeated Mutant X. That means Winona takes on the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Lucifer beat Painkiller Jane, and that wasn't really all that close either. We'll talk more about that in a few minutes. When it came to Preacher and Tick, the Tick show from '01, Patrick Warburton, it beat Preacher. That was impressive. Fear the Walking Dead and Sable. Sable, a show that ran just a couple of seasons, and you never heard from it again. Mike Sable's great creation. It beat Fear the Walking Dead, but it was close. I'll tell you about that in a few minutes. Over here, Human Target, the first one from 1992 against Birds of Prey. Despite all the people that said, I hate Birds of Prey, it still won convincingly. The other Human Target from 2010 lost to Blade. So the two Human Targets, bullseye, they're both gone. Swamp Thing and Superboy. Superboy went through a couple of different Superboys. Maybe that's what hurt it, because Swamp Thing whooped up on it. And finally, Constantine against Sabrina. Supernatural powers. It wasn't much of a contest. Constantine moves on. So it'll be Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. against Winona Earp, Lucifer against Superman from 1952 and on, Luke Cage against The Tick, Sable against Smallville, Daredevil against Birds of Prey, which would be a pretty good crossover comic, Blade against Powers, Supergirl against Swamp Thing, and Constantine against Agent Carter. Now, it was kind of cool. The race that got the most votes was Winona Earp over Mutant X, like about 900 votes. The one that got the least votes, Witchblade, beating Harsh Realm. Biggest winning margin. This was pretty interesting. Tales from the Crypt had the biggest winning margin, 84.8 over 15.2, almost a 70% difference over Crow Stairway to Heaven. But the closest win, this was the one that surprised me, Sable beat Fear the Walking Dead by less than like 2 points. It was 51.1 to 48.9, just a little bit more than 1 point. So there are your matchups. Now, It's up to you to vote in the next round, which is red, R1 and R2. Pick your winners for each matchup. Go to that thing right there that Justin will put right on that screen. If you agree to do that, don't say anything, Justin.
Oh, okay, Dad, I'll take care of it.
Son, your voice sounds terrible.
I've had a really bad cold, Dad. Thanks for caring.
It's a bitter relationship that we have. All right, go and vote. And we had close over 1,000 people vote. That's remarkable. Now, if each one of you 1,000 has 1,000 friends vote, we'll have 2,000. I know, math isn't my strong skill, but please vote. Keep voting as we draw down to the last couple of rounds. Round 2, the red round, R1 and R2. See you later on Doc Curmudgeon Saves Comics.
Hey, Dad, that was the best one you've done so far.
Why, thank you, son.
Let me give you some money. Is 500 enough? 1,000?
Oh, Justin, I can't take your money.
I insist, Dad. It's the least I can do for the way you've raised me to be the fine man that I am.
Thank you, Justin. I know that's from the heart.
Watch us go, the Justice League. Yeah, the Justice League. Oh, the Justice League. That's the Justice League.